There's a lot of talk right now on the internet about how eBay is so slow. It's okay, my friend. We got you. Welcome to the Rocket City Reseller What's Selling video. And we're going to show you what is actually selling on eBay, Poshmark, Mercari, Etsy, whatnot. Thanks to Nifty Integration. If you're new here, my name is Bob. I'm the Rocket City Reseller. And we have about $26 invested over the past 2 days, turning into $637, almost $640. What can I say, my friend? We have a system of systems worked in place, and we're going to be the ones that show you how to get it done. Let's go ahead and get into the video, and we'll see what's selling. Tell you what, it's been a sizzling summer of sales. Say that real fast. Sizzling summer of sales, and we got a lot going out of here. And let's see if we can get this next one. It is a DreamWorks Boss Baby. Boss Baby, he sold for $50, y'all. This is definitely a bolo to be on the lookout for. So Boss Baby is a fantastic movie. If you've never seen it, I'd highly recommend 10 of 10. Checking it out. This DreamWorks Boss Baby, my bad. Sold for $49.99 in 8 days on eBay. Did not take long, and he does work. He is talking, and it is now raining. So hopefully you guys can hear me. Boss Baby is out. That's his new home. So have you guys ever noticed, like, when you're trying to make a YouTube video and it then starts pouring rain? Well, welcome to Alabama in the summertime. It is hot, hot, hot here. Not just in sales, but in temperature as well. I don't know what the temperature is like where you are, my friend, but it is definitely hot here. So we're going to go ahead and get the next plushie pulled. And we are looking for a Lyrical Lemonade Minions plush. Two fantastic. Another bolo to be on the lookout for, $65. And we'll pull them right now. So Lyrical Lemonade. He's the lyrical gangster. I feel like that's a song. All right. There he is. Lyrical Lemonade. Got a request from the buyer saying, please take my offer. I did. There said the super fan of Lyrical Lemonade. This one is out of here for $65. Sold in 8 days. Did not take long at all. Definitely was on the lookout for this one. So Lyrical Lemonade from Minions. Never actually seen this version of the Minions. Not sure exactly which movie it's from, but he was definitely one to be out on the lookout for. So make sure you're picking up your Lyrical Lemonade. All right, it's starting to finally calm down with the rain. Hopefully you guys can hear me better now. It was Tin Roof. I like the song. B-52s. Ours isn't rusted. It's fairly new. All right, we're looking for number 10. So everybody was asking me, Bob, this is so difficult. You have everything stacked up. Well, you saw 2 moves I was in. So there's ways of doing this. Where there's a will, my friend, there is a way, always. So if things are slow for you, what you want to do is get out of just eBay, if that's the only place you're listing. So make sure you're moving on to other things, cross list. I don't care if you use nifty.ai, code Rocket City will save you 15% if you want to do that. But use something. Get diversified. You wouldn't bet on just one stock. If you were playing the stock market, you would diversify your portfolio. Same with reselling. Make sure you get on all the platforms you can. Get as many eyes on your product as possible. All right, this Cookie Monster parachute. It's from the 90s, 1990. And it sold for $25 in 8 months on Etsy. And I can't recommend enough anything really parachute material from the 80s, 90s tends to do pretty good, especially on Etsy. So again, $25 Etsy and 8 months. On to the next. I'm putting all these toads back up just now, and I noticed Stewie. How great is Stewie? He's awesome. It's awesome. Our next one going out of here is going to be in the Vintage Applause Floppy Orange Tabby Cat. And I'll show you him in just a second. Now, the other bit of advice I have if things are slow, revisit some of your old listings. You know, what we knew 6 months, even 6 days ago, may not be the case today. So I will just say recommend going through some of your old titles, descriptions, and some of your old photographs, and maybe start rethinking what those look like. Sometimes it's not what we say, it's how we say it, as they say. So that's another tip for you to try to spice things up on your reselling journey. And hopefully those tips and tricks work. And we're going to get that next plush. Here he is. Applause still has the little hang tag and also his purchase tag. Let's see how much he was back in the day. Looks like he was Tower of Small I guess that's where it was. Tower of Small Realistic Animals. And he had a SKU number and everything. $6.99 originally. He's pretty fantastic. He is pristine. Whoever had him took really good care of him. This one got out of here for $25 in 2 months on Etsy. Likely someone's childhood favorite. If I had to take a wild guess, get a lot of that on Etsy. All right, this little man is off to his new home. And we appreciate you guys watching. Make sure you're liking, subscribing to these channels, because if we can help you try to increase your sales, and we're going to talk about just how we did that in just one moment. Oftentimes asked, how did you become a six-figure plush reseller so quickly? Well, there's two reasons for that. One is we bought into cross-listing very, very early. And the other thing is we did a lot of research and also did a lot of work. Like, it takes work to get there. And I know that's, you just say, Bob, I'm working. Well, let me tell you, if you don't have more than 200 listings, likely you're probably not doing as well as you probably should. I will say that eBay favors volume reselling. And someone's going to come at me in the comments saying that they're doing just fine with 200. And you may be. Maybe you're lucky in where you are. A lot of us are finding maybe mediocre to great items. So for those that are in the latter category, just know that you are not alone and there is a way forward. Okay. You can get these items listed and listed quickly. Systems and processes is how we did it so quickly. We're going to talk about those in just a minute, but we're going to go ahead and pull this next one. 27. We're looking for a Garden of Bantan, I guess. Not familiar with the show, but we sell a ton of this stuff, so it must be very popular. This one sold for $25 in 5 months on Poshmark. On to the next. Probably saying, Bob, I have systems that processes. Well, I'm not saying you don't. That's great that you do, which is a good first step. What I'm talking about is batching everything when you're working, not just working on one item at a time, batching it as you go, and washing everything together, repairing everything together, listing everything together, etc. So that's how companies like Lego have made a fortune doing the systems of systems. Matter of fact, not only is their product a system of systems, but their company is as well. So that's how much they believe in that. And look how great Lego does. So companies like Lego can do it. Surely you can as well. And I know we have, because we've done it too. So this little Noah's Ark is super cute. It has all these little handcrafted animals. And we picked this up at the bins. And it might be even handmade. SS Noah, love it. This one got out of here for, looks like $39.99 in 7 months on Etsy. Would I pick it up again? 10 of 10. For sure would do that, my friend. So remember, systems of systems. And that's your next reseller tip. We've had a lot of interest on Facebook regarding our business and how we run it. So I'm going to answer some of the frequently asked questions to help as another like bonus tip as we're continuing to pull. And we're looking for a SIZZLING Activity Century Ball. We had this one for a year, y'all. So I took an offer on this just to get it going. And let's see if I can find it real quick. SIZZLING. So do we wash our plush was the question of the day. And yes, we do. Every item that we get here is washed, cleaned, and sanitized. And we use, when we can, non-hypoallergenic laundry detergent. And yes, we do dry things. So let me give you an example. This is something that should not go in the dryer. Okay. It has that kind of tail. You'll fry it. So don't dry something like that, but something like this. I've been doing it for 4 years and never once had a complaint. Sometimes we get them already fried, like this pig. This pig should not have gone in the dryer. So someone likely washed it prior to us having it. But that's just another example of stuff that don't get washed. I'll be right back with that ball that's sold. Wow, the weather is really, really bad here. Hear that rain? So this is that SIZZLING ball that sold. Again, remember I said this one took a year to sell. So 1 year to sell, $12 on eBay. I took an offer just to get it going. So had one of those sensory type of things, like a Montessori toy. Put things in and out of it. But Would I pick it up again? Likely not. A lot of these activity toys, baby toys, we're going to start moving away from, like this kind of stuff. This is Itsy Ritsy, which is a better brand to be on the lookout for. We do sell a ton of this, but likely won't pick it up again. It just takes too long to sell through. But some of this stuff I would again, like anything taggies, definitely would pick up again. But there's just a few items that are in this bin. But yeah, so that's how we kind of wash. Hopefully that answers that question, how we wash and dry things. And we're going to keep it moving. Okay, we're moving on to the next plushie. And something that has a tag like this and is maybe dirty and needs to be washed and cleaned. What I would recommend is we have what we call a Denizen gun. And I'll try to put a picture of it here so you can see what that looks like if you're not familiar. You can unattach these tags and reattach them. And that's what we do. So just because it's dirty and it has a tag, you can actually still clean it and get more value out of the plush. In this case, this Lindsay doll sold for $15 in 8 days on Poshmark. And this young lady is off to her new home. My first dolly, super nice, super clean, and super out of here. On to the next. All right, my next hack of the video is when it's really bad out and it's raining like this, leave your stuff where you are, come back for it later. Okay, so I'm going to come back for this later, and I'm going to get another basket and continue on to the video. We're going to move over to the alternate area, garage area, to finish pulling some of the plush that's sold. And yeah, this rain brings beautiful green flowers and trees, and we're appreciative even for this. So let me go get wet real quick, and I'll be right back. Looks like I made it back just in time. That's really coming down now, y'all. So I'm going to go ahead and close this door up, and won't help with the light situation, but at least we'll keep the plush and toys dry. And for those that love Fisher Price, hit me up in the comments if you're interested in buying some of this stuff. I'm not going to beat you up on prices, but we have a lot of mansions and stuff that we need to get rid of. So be happy to make you a deal. All right, I'm a little soggy, y'all, but no worse for the wear. We got an orange line plush with a blue mane going out of here for $15. Took about a year to sell, and here he is. I can't even say what or where or why, quite honestly. And would I do it again? No. No. For me, eBay, it sold in a year, $15. On to the next one. I went back and I looked, and we have about 6 of our 26 that sold. That took about a year to sell, and this is another one. This is an IKEA picnic basket. Again, another Montessori type thing. A bunch of vegetables in a picnic basket for a child to play with by IKEA. And IKEA plush will do well. So this is an outlier for sure, especially some of those bigger animals. We sold them upwards of like 50, 60, 75. Like really be on the lookout for those. But this little picnic basket sold for $12.47 on eBay in about a year. So use your better judgment when you're picking this stuff up. So, but always check your sold comps. Kohl's Cares Pokey Puppy sold for $17 in 8 months on Poshmark. And always pick Pokey Puppy up. Crowd favorite storybook plush always does well. So anything storybook really I would grab if I were you. And make sure you list it. Pokey Puppy is one of those ones that just always sells for us. So if you can find the vintage ones, y'all, they can get really up there. We sold one recently, I think was like maybe $40, $45 on Etsy. That was older, man. So again, this is a Kohl's Cares, so $17 is not bad for a Kohl's Cares plush. But yeah, some of those vintage ones, be on the lookout for. Okay, we are back with that Kelly Toy Lovey Bunny. Not a whole lot into this guy, maybe 25 cents, if that. And let me show you his tag so you can get a better look at this guy. Hopefully you can see the light's horrible in here. So Kelly Toy, it's older. It's a 12 by 12. Nothing really fancy about them. He is what we consider bread and butter. So anything between like 8 and maybe 17 would be considered bread and butter for us. So what that means is lower cost items that we sell a lot of. They keep the lights on. Is normally what that reference is to, if you didn't know. It took a year to sell. There's the rub. $11.79 on eBay. Is it worth the time and effort to pick it up? It's hard to say when you get those messages about a baby that isn't able to sleep because its mom is so worried. it makes it worth it. For us, we have the time, the patience, and the space to do so. It works for our business model. Not everybody has that. So use your better judgment whenever you're picking up plushies. On to the next. Okay, we got this Melissa and Doug bowling pin set that is getting out of here. And I think this actually has more than the original set actually had. Or maybe not. 2, 3, 4, 6 in the ball. I think there was 2 balls originally. So if I remember correctly, but it's okay. Either way, this one took a year to sell. Oh, I would not pick up again. So definitely avoidance is the key here. So learn from Bob, the Rocket City reseller. Not everything is a bolo, nor worth picking up. This one sold for $12.47 a year on eBay. Listen, Doug, bowling pin. All right, we're just about done with the rant, it looks like. So that's a good analogy, or at least an allegory for life. Not oftentimes will everything always be bad or good. Everything is in cycles. So just hang in there. If times are tough for you and the sales are just not there, remember some of the tips and tricks that we've talked about in this video. And hopefully that'll help you guys keep it moving, keep the lights on, and keep the bellies full. So we're going to go ahead and keep it moving in here in the shed. If you're new here, this is our garage. Sorry, I said shed, garage area. And we're going to be pulling a plush out here in just a second. But I was working in here actually cleaning, believe it or not. And yeah, I know what you're thinking. It's really full, Bob. Do better. I'm trying. Give yourself some grace, right? So I cleaned up this quite a bit. This was really out of hand. So this is where we keep all our cardboard. This is the truth about reselling that nobody often talks about. And I'm full transparency type of reseller, which is often not the most popular content in the world. So I appreciate you guys listening and tagging along and learning about all the things about reselling that are really, really important to know about before you get started. So I'm going to tell you all that stuff. We're not going to sugarcoat it. Uncle Bob's going to keep it real always. All right, on to the video. All right, and as soon as I said that things were clearing up, it absolutely opened up again out there. But that's somehow also true about life. So sometimes you got to pivot, even though you think things are clear. You got to continue to make those hard decisions. In this case, closing the garage in a 90-degree temperature is a decision, trust me. But remember, reseller tip next, stay hydrated, drink your water, and get a lot of rest. All right, we'll be right back. All right, this one did not sell for a whole heck of a lot, but it did sell really quickly. And I will tell you why. Manhattan Toy Princess Jelly. Her name is Jelly Beans Eliza Princess. And here she is. Let's see if we can get a look at her tag so you can see. Get used to that. There it is. It's got that silver crown right there. See if we can get in light. See that better? There we go. Here she is. She's lovely. Manhattan Toy is one of those brands that are really underrated, in my opinion. And if you ask a bunch of plush people that know plush, they'd probably tell you the same, my friend. So if you're not tracking Manhattan Toy plush, this one didn't, again, sell for a lot. But again, it's underrated. 1024 in 20 days on eBay. So they do sell quick. So someone out there can't live without the Jelly Bean Princess. And I couldn't agree with them more. We enjoyed her while we had her. And now she's off to her new home. All right, this next one is an Aurora Dreamy Eyes Mallard. And there's the Aurora tag right there. And his eyes are in pretty good shape. I guess Sleepy was probably overdone, so they used Dreamy. Dreamy Eyes Aurora Mallard got out of here for $12. It took a year to sell, y'all. Whew, that's a long time. Would I pick up Dreamy Eyes again? I'm feeling tired. I don't know. Maybe not. On to the next. There comes a time in every plush reseller's life where they come across plushies that are just too good to be true. And in this case, this did not disappoint. 2 Eden, DW, and Arthur plush sold. They sold pretty well, if I recall correctly here. They sold for, drumroll please, $49.99 in 3 months on Etsy. What can I say? Whenever you see Eden plush, always at least grab it, put it in your cart to look up later. You won't regret it, my friend. Eden plush is a definitely bolo. Get a look up. So Disney update. All of this now has been photographed, listed, and is currently in the process of being sold. Sold 3 things out of here. This video. and I'll come back to those in just a second. But just know that we're getting through it, and we're getting through it really quickly. So hard work pays off, and the sales don't lie. Remember, well, $640. Supervisor is here, and she's ready to supervise us. All right, let's get on to it. All right, this next toy is out of here, and it is a vintage leapfrog learning friend. Sorry, Tad the plush interactive green frog in overalls. Pretty good. He's older, and I've seen a lot of leapfrogs selling recently, and I want to know what you guys think. Is it a trend? So I watch a lot of reselling content, and I've noticed that a lot of this stuff is moving out here. Again, resurgence, question mark. We'll leave it up to the comments. Feel free to drop a comment in there if you think leapfrog is on the return. This one sold for $21 in 2 months on eBay. This one took longer than I thought. Kool-Aid Man. Who doesn't love the Kool-Aid Man busting through? This one sold for $15 in 2 months on Poshmark. I didn't think it would last that long, quite honestly. Everybody loves Kool-Aid Man, and he's off to his new home. Another BOLO for the video here. This is a TY vintage 1999 baby frog plush, and it sold for $65 in 6 months on eBay. Here's what the tech looks like. Has the little TY embroidered there, and has rattle. So be on the lookout for your TY baby frogs. Continuing on, we have a Funko Disney super cute plushie Pocahontas that is in here. That I'm just going to go ahead and put the listing right here so you guys see what that looks. It's going to take a little bit of digging in here, and this is already getting pretty long. So go ahead and put that there. $15, 17 days on Poshmark. Didn't take long at all. This Triceratop is Members Mark. So, like, I think it's Sam's Club maybe. And it sold for $33.24 in 1 month on eBay. And that's not the first time we've sold that, by the way. So it's a pretty good size one. What else we got in here? We have a Disney Finding Dory plush set. And this is the one with Dory with the tag on it, transport tag. And there is a squirt in there, and also a really large Nemo. That one sold for $25 in 1 day on Poshmark. And let's see here. Good Dinosaur. I didn't put that here because that's in here as well. So it's a Good Dinosaur Butch and Arlo. I'm going to put that there. Sold for $29.99 in 9 days. And then we have our Winnie the Pooh. And I want to say this one sold for, see, we have it here, $24.99 in 9 days on Etsy. And it is a little bit faded in the tush tag, but he is super high quality and super, super rare to find something that good in the wild. So we have one more Bass Pro Shop Husky that I have not pulled yet. I'll go ahead and get that pulled, but $8.25, and it took a year to sell. So it's a no-low for me. I think that is just about it for this video. And just like that, the sun is out and shining. And that's just a reminder that even though you may not be having the sizzling summer sales that we are, if you were to follow us today and watch our podcast that we're doing, we're going to talk about all the ways to win in regards to reselling. And we want to encourage you to join us along the journey. So if you're still here, you're a legend. You also get this little tip. Come and check out Launchpad Reseller Podcast Monday nights at 8 p.m. And also Fridays at 6 p.m., we do a reseller roundtable with 6 other resellers. And we talk about strategy, how we're winning in reselling, and how you can too. All right. I want to remind you guys, if you can't be good at it. And we'll catch you on the next one.